Well, this is the giving season, and by strategically planning your charitable giving, you can maximize the benefits for yourself and your charity. Joining us now with more on how to do that is Vincent J. Russo from the Russo Law Group. Vincent, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Absolutely.
Important information.
Yes, maximizing your gifts. It makes so much sense. I'm going to talk about the 5 strategies. The first one will be just cash gifts. And what individuals may not understand is that due to a change in the law under the CARES Act for last year and this year, if you make a gift and you have what's called a standard deduction, you're not itemizing your deductions on your income tax return, you still can take a deduction of up to $300. And so you get the benefit of making a charitable gift and you save some money in taxes. And if you're married, it's $600. So that's a plus because many people, would make these small gifts and not realize any benefits. So the government's really giving you an incentive to do it. So, that disaster in the Midwest, and someone wants to make a gift of $10, $100, $300, they can give it to Catholic Charities USA, for example, and then they can take a deduction on their tax return and save some taxes.
So it helps them, and 100% is going to help the people, suffering from this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So that's your tip 1.
Tip 1.
Moving on to tip 2.
Okay, securities. What a lot of people don't realize is they can maximize a charitable donation by giving away appreciated stocks. So we're back to capital gains.
We love capital gains.
From 2 months ago. And so if I have a stock that's appreciated in value, let's say I bought it for $1,000, now it's worth $10,000. If I sell that stock, I have to pay a capital gains tax on the $9,000 gain, and then I can give the net amount to the charity. So maybe that'll end up being like $7,000 of the 10. Why not just give the stock directly to the charity? Now the charity gets $10,000, and the government doesn't get any tax off of that $10,000, which is fine. They support that. So maximizing gifts by giving away appreciated securities. Now, you have a certain limit on how much you can deduct. It's 30% of adjusted gross income. All right, but most people will fall within that range. And if you don't use the entire deduction, you can carry it over into future years, up to 5 years. So tip number 2, if you're going to make a charitable donation, think about your appreciated assets, your stocks, and give those assets away instead of cash.
I feel like a lot of people don't know about that.
Yes.
Okay, this next one too, I didn't know you could do. You can give IRAs to charity.
Yes. Now,
how does that work?
Yeah, this is a wonderful opportunity for individuals. Now, everything we're talking about is subject to certain restrictions and qualifying. So on this one, you can make a charitable distribution from an IRA, a qualified charitable distribution. And what that means is if you're over 70 and a half, you have to take out what's called a required minimum distribution from your IRA accounts. All right, so the government forces you to take it out and you have to pay an income tax on it. So this provision allows you to say, instead of taking the money out, paying an income tax on it, and then giving it away, you can give up to $100,000 from an IRA directly to the charity. So think about that. If I took $100,000 out and I'm in the 30% tax bracket, I have to pay $30,000 in taxes, and I make a gift of $70,000. Why not maximize the gift directly from your IRA account to the charity, $100,000 instead of $70,000?
Okay. Fair. I think that surprised me. Okay, this is something else I don't know about. Donor-advised funds. That's your tip number 4. What is that?
Tip number 4, donor-advised funds. This is really a wonderful change that's occurred in the way we can do charitable giving. So the concept is that a national donor advisor fund, typically it's a financial institution, would create this fund, and you can donate money to the fund. So you get an account inside that fund, and you can donate cash, securities, bitcoins, other assets. So sometimes charities have trouble receiving other assets because they don't want bitcoins or a stock to deal with. So you can donate it to this fund. You get an account. That donation is deductible immediately, as if you gave it to a charity.
Okay.
And then from there, you can direct it to go to different charities over time.
Wow, okay. And now on to tip number 5, a recommendation for people who want to give larger charitable gifts.
Right. So those who are interested in more significant gifting, creating a private foundation. And so often we'll see that with a family that had a tragedy in their lives or a cause that they feel strongly about. And so they're going to put significant money into an entity, a private foundation, and then that private foundation can make gifts from there. Or they can set up a charitable trust. And charitable trusts are really interesting because with a charitable trust, you can donate money to the trust, get a tax deduction, and then you can also receive an income stream during your lifetime. So the charity receives the assets when you pass away. It's called a charitable remainder trust. Okay,
this is a lot of information. Thank you. A lot of stuff people may not know, but you always, always, always go to the professional.
Yes.
To find out. Vincent, this is, let's see, last time we'll see each other this year.
Right.
We look forward to new advice in the new year, and very Merry Christmas.
Yes, and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.